my name is Aiman Mesarah binti Ahmad Sabri. My number matric is 269568. My topic is about mental illness and wellness in Malaysia. Mental health is defined by the World Health Organization (WHO) as a condition of well-being in which an individual recognizes his own potential, can cope with typical stress of life, can work successfully and fruitfully, and also can contribute to his or her community. Mental illness is a major public health problem all over the world. It was made a component of the Sustainable Development Goals agenda, which aims to alter by the world of 2030. However, in Malaysia, the Ministry of Health (MOH) defines mental health as the ability of an individual, a group, and the environment to interact with one another to promote subjective well-being and optimal functioning, as well as the application of cognitive, behavior, and social skills. Mental health is vital at all stages of life, including childhood, adult, and maturity. If you have mental health difficulties, your thinking, mood, and behavior may be altered over the course of your life. Let's talk about a major problem of mental illness and wellness. Malaysia's Ministry of Health recently has been reported that 1 in 3 of the country's adults are at risk of developing a mental health problem for the last 5 years. Mental illness is expected to be the second highest form of health problem after heart disease by 2020. Generally, mental health is related to the depression, anxiety, and stress. By the year 2020, mental illness issues are expected to be major problems among Malaysia. According to the National Health and Morbidity Survey 2015, it is indicated that mental illness is expected to be the second biggest health problem affecting Malaysians. Every 3 in 10 adults aged 16 years and above have some sort of mental illness problems. The Health Ministry statistics reveal of increasing number of mental health problems. The workplace is one of the key environments that affect our mental well-being and health. On the other hand, some research has been proved that mental health among students are also keep increasing yearly according to COVID-19. Besides that, it's about causes of mental illness and wellness. Firstly, about a broken family, like death of a parent or sibling, are both extremely traumatic experience. Separation or divorce or the loss of a parent or sibling is extremely painful. Finding ways to cope and adjust to the changes wrought by this event is critical for everyone, but particularly for youth. How grief is handled can affect young people negatively for years to come. If children are having difficulty coping, professional help is recommended. Secondly is the mental health of abused children is at great risk. Abused children are more likely to experience mental disorder or mental illness and wellness during childhood and into adulthood. Abuse may be physical, sexual, psychological, or verbal. It may not always be evident or easily to recognize. Regardless of the forms its take, abuse cannot be tolerated. Children need to be protected from abuse and help to overcome its negative effects. Abuse can cause feeling of low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, depression, isolation, and anger feelings that impair of child change to lead a happy life. Trust in others and feeling of being safe and cared for are key components to recovery from abuse. Few children are able to recover on their own. Support is critical and professional counseling is sometimes required. If abuse is discovered early, the chance of a child returning to a healthy state of mind, avoiding serious mental disorder are greatly enhanced. The solution that must be prevent mental illness and wellness at any age. Firstly, is teachers and college students must study a way to spot the sign of developing intellectual fitness problems and possibilities must be supplied for them to study and deal with intellectual fitness crises, which include the danger of suicide or self-harm. They have to create lesson plans, create papers, coaching details, mentoring clubs, and attend meetings. Also, communication with parents and teaching. Classroom sizes range from 15 to 30 students. If only 5 of those mental health problems, that is a harsh burden for the teacher. Not only does he or she have to teach subject material gear so students can pass the state testing, they also have to do this while dealing with the mental health issue kids may be exhibiting. In addition, teachers may have their own mental health issues to overcome each day. As a parent, you want to make sure your children's learning environment is set up so they can be successful. Learning about the mental illness disorder that are most common among kids is a good first step. You can also learn what your child's teacher should be doing to help, what they should not be doing, and what you can do to make it better. Then, be active to prevent more overthinking or stress that you cannot handle. First, you can do a regular exercise such as walking, running, swimming, and cycling has been shown to alleviate anxiety and depression symptoms as well as enhance mood and blood circulation. Sometimes it's helpful to have a way to distract yourself with happy, positive, and healthy alternative. Things like meditation, dancing, exercise, learning an instrument, knitting, drawing, and painting can distance you from the issue enough to shut down the overanalysis. No one can predict the future. All we have is now. If you spend the present moment worrying about the future, you are robbing yourself of your time now. Spending time on the future is simply not productive. Spend that time instead on things that give you joy. In conclusion, since the Malaysian government promoted community mental health care, many families are taking care of their relatives in their community. However, the lack of knowledge and lower mental health literacy and devotion to the traditional multicultural belief system pose challenges to family caregivers, mental health service users, and service providers. The mental illness issue is more alarming because of the lack of community mental health facilities, especially in the rural areas. Whilst the number of family caregivers looking after their relatives is increasing, there are plenty of studies about family caregiving of mental illness and wellness in Western cultures, but they are still lacking in the Eastern cultures. Hence, these studies have not provided an understanding of the experience of multiracial family caregivers, especially in developing countries such as Malaysia.